Chris here, and we got a little bit of a project today. I'm going to be reinstalling exhaust wrap on my 2006 Honda Shadow Aero. I bought the exhaust wrap off of Amazon. Was relatively inexpensive, and yeah, so there are three colors. There's white, black, and gold, or the gold is more of the titanium. I had previously done white. This time I'm going to be trying out black and see how it goes. A couple of reasons why you may want to do this is for aesthetic reasons. Two other reasons, as one would be it's going to help not burn your leg. So it's going to create a little bit of a separation between your actual exhaust pipe, the metal, and your skin or your pants. And then another, I can't fully explain it, but it helps keep the heat in the exhaust, so that way it exits the exhaust pipe faster. So this is the exhaust wrap. Comes in the bag. And what they suggest you do is not only wear gloves. Comes with a little kit, right? Comes with gloves and some straps. Which what you're going to do first is you're going to open it up and dunk it in some water. So we'll leave that for now, and we're going to go take off my exhaust pipe off the bike. Alright, so it's pretty crummy outside. We're trying to do this as quick as possible, not get caught in the rain. So this is some of my 2006 Honda Shadow Aero. 750cc. As you can tell, this is not the stock exhaust. I chopped this one off last season, and I'm going to be redoing this jobby there. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a 12 mil socket, and you're going to go for these two nuts. Hey Nick. And these two nuts. So remove these two, and then it should come off. Now if it was the stock exhaust, there would be a hanger located right here, and which the exhaust would have been connected to. What really helps is one of these little angles for your sockets. So what I just did was I just broke them all free just to make my life a little bit easier. Hopefully I won't need to use this angle thing. We're going to try it out and see how that goes. Boom. Oh, that one. Not the last one. And done. Alright, so just in time, it's starting to drizzle a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the bike back up, head on inside, and finish the wrap job. So upon further inspection, I think we have a bit of a problem. I think my headers are done broke. So I don't think it's a good idea to use this anymore. So I'm going to have to go back to this original Canon, and we'll wrap it up same way. Maybe I have chrome ones of these, maybe we'll keep that chrome. But yeah, we'll see what's up. So after finding out my old cut pipes are not going to work for this season because the headers are cracked, I'm luckily enough that I held on to the stock exhaust, stock muffler. So I'm going to get that out, wrap that up, and hopefully she's going to work. I had to start by taking off this heat shield, and I'm going to end up saving these little gummy bits for the old ones, or for the new ones, so that way everything stays on this time, because I lost this one. So we're going to end up cleaning this up, wrapping this up, and see how it looks. But what I'm going to need are these little hose clamps that you see here holding the wrap to the pipe. And I think they take a focus, flathead. So I got 3 or 4 of them to take off, and then I'm gonna continue. Now be careful, this stuff is itchy, and it's already itching up my hands. So, all right, on to the next one. So the wrap's getting prepped. I took all the covers off, I gave it a little bit of a wipe down. Now I'm debating on how to wrap this. I think we're gonna have to do this run first to here, tie it off, and then do this run, start from up here all the way down, and then I can wrap the 2 up and follow along the back. The only problem is, unlike most exhausts, it isn't completely round, so wrapping it all around here is, I'm debating it or not, but we'll see. If I got enough wrap, I'll do it. Okay, so correction. We are going to start wrapping from the back to the header, and that has to do with the way it's going to seam. It's going to wrap. It's going to help keep water and dirt off of it. So yeah, start from the back, work to the front. Okay, so the wrap is on. I'm just debating now whether I want to do a black heat shield or the chrome heat shield or no heat shield at all. I think I'm going to put one on just for looks because it's not my best wrap job, but I'm going to decide. Let me sit overnight with it. Because I'm going back to my stock exhaust, I'm going to have to reinstall the bracket for it back onto the frame. So right now I've got a 14 for these 2 bolts that are going to go into here, and I got the adjustable for this little nut. So I'm going to throw that on, and then we'll see where we're at. But that was quite easy, I must say. Yeah, so that's on. Once I figure out which heat shields I want to keep on, then I'll reinstall that tomorrow. Alright, so sorry guys, I missed some of the footage. I painted the heat shield already. I've given it this first coat. It's not drying well outside, so I brought it inside to see if they do better. But in the meantime, I figure I might as well get the exhaust fitted on. That way I'm not doing that later on. It might be easier installation for the heat shields later. So what I went ahead and did is I took these bolts back out. Right, the 4 that we talked about earlier. I'm going to take out these 2 bolts. There's 2 here. Anyways, there's 2 bolts with 2 nuts, and all you're going to really need are 2 12mm sockets with an extension and that little fancy thing we talked about. So this is the end result of the wrap job. It's not my proudest wrap job, but it looks pretty decent. I had to leave these little hooks or these attachments open for the heat shields to fit on, so it was a little tough to work around. And I went as far back as I kind of thought was decent. I think if I went all the way back, it'd look weird. So yeah, because of the little curve in these things, it's going to take some finesse to get it back in here, not with all the weight, but let's get at her. Okay, so with the little finesse, I was able to get all 4 of the bolts back on, with more struggle trying to fit the headers back into the engine there. I've got the 2 bolts and the nuts in there, so all I'm going to do is go around and tighten everything up. These I'm going to do a little bit at a time, each side, right? I think that's the best way to keep it even, so that way there's no weird pressure being put on one nut or the other, right, to even fit. And then I'm going to go down and tighten these up, and we'll start it up, see how she sounds with the old pipe on here. Wait for the heat shields to go, or to dry, excuse me, and we're going to fit them back on. See these little gummy parts I was talking about? Yeah. Alright. Okay, so we have the stock exhaust fitted back on. Everything's nice and tight. Everything. Hopefully this is not going to rattle loose. Everything looks pretty good. We're going to start it up and see how she goes. So I moved it further back down my driveway so it doesn't echo. Plus the sun's shine real nice. And I like my paint job. So let's give it a start. See what she sounds like. Oh, let's pull the choke out. Where is it? All right. due to yesterday's weather, I had to bring these parts to work just so they would dry a little bit faster, a little bit better. So I've got the gummy pieces on so they fit nice and hopefully don't fall off this time. I took off the air cleaner cover because I painted that black as well, and with further inspection, methinks I need a new filter, so I'll deal with that in due time. But this is how the pieces came out. Matte black, looks great. Now just to install. Okay, well, that was a bit more difficult than I thought, considering these are little heat shields, but I got them on. We're looking pretty dope with my little accent on the Hyperjet there. She ready for a little rip? Nice little addition to the bike. Tell me what you think. Alright, so I let her warm up for a little bit. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to take her out for a quick boot. Hopefully she performs just as good. I got my Ruroc on. I got my Live Fast soft shell on. Hopefully I do a little video of those soon enough. But for now, for a little boot on this nice day. Nice, so the first rip around feels pretty good. I don't want to say if he's running better or worse. If he sounds better than the cutoff he's off, I gotta be honest with you. Now that I'm going back to it, he sounds really nice. So we'll see what's up.